Good afternoon. We welcome all of you back this afternoon. We appreciate you being with us for 3 days in a row to hear from our superintendent candidates. We especially appreciate the way that the media has reported on our candidates so that our community is very informed about the quality of our candidates. So I'm going to turn it over now to Dr. Tom Shelton. Welcome.
Good afternoon. It's great to see each one of you all here. I appreciate you all coming out to spend some time here. I know you all are very busy right now, especially trying to do this 3 days in a row, as John was sharing. And so I appreciate the opportunity to be here and to spend a little time with you. If I could, I'd just like to give kind of a brief overview, and I know some of this has already been reported on why I'm applying and why I'm here before you. Fayette County, to me, is just an exceptional school district that is continuing to make progress at unprecedented rates, and that's due to the leadership that the Board of Education and Stu Silverman as superintendent and the staff that work with him have had. And as I've been the superintendent in Davis County for the past 7 years, I've watched this progress and continued to be amazed at what happens here. As I look at the community, I think this community believes very strongly and supports education, and I really believe that this school district can be the best school district in the country, and I don't say that lightly. As I look around throughout the community and I think about the resources here between the colleges and universities, the community groups, the nonprofit businesses, as well as the for-profit businesses in a community of nearly 300,000 people, I just think the focus on education is exceptional. And so with that, and knowing that my good friend and mentor Stu Silverman was retiring, I became interested in this position. Having worked for Stu for 9 years in Davis County and continuing to be his friend and continuing to look to him as one of my mentors, it intrigued me about the position. The other thing that intrigued me about the position is I have family in this area. My wife's siblings live in this area. I have one daughter who is a student at Georgetown College and one who will be attending the University of Kentucky. And so this area interests me also from being close to and being near family. And when you put all those things together, I'm just very interested in the possibility of being the superintendent of Fayette County Public Schools. I'm very, very proud to be here because the district that I come from is a highly successful district where I'm very happy and pleased to serve. But this opportunity was just enough to very much motivate me to want to have this experience and to be able to speak to the board and speak to the community. I've had a great day today of learning, meeting lots and lots of people. You know, someone said, oh, it's a long, grueling day. Well, it's actually a very fun day, getting to meet a lot of different people. I've gotten to meet students and parents and staff from all different areas, and will continue into the evening. And it's about the normal length of a day for a school superintendent anyway, so, you know, it seemed about right. But again, thank you for being here, and I'll be happy to entertain any questions that you might have for me.
Tom, you said this could be the best school district in the country. What would you do to move us in that direction?
Well, the first thing that I would do would be to look at the strong foundation that's been laid here by the board and the superintendent and the staff in the district with the support of the community. There are a lot of exceptional opportunities that students have here that because of the resources and the support in the community. There's a lot of strategies and activities that are happening in our school. There's huge support from this district office, and so the first thing I would do would be to try to understand fully what is in place and what is working, and to make sure we continue that so that we wouldn't take a single step backward. You know, I understand what it means to follow a strong leader like Stu, having done that for the past 7 years, and you have to keep the momentum moving forward. So the first thing I would do would be to focus on what has been done, and then I like to collaborate. I like to bring people together and focus on what we have in common and where we build on things. And so The next step would be to bring all constituencies together to start collaborating on where do we go from here, and working with the board as part of the team to make sure that happens, engaging all the resources and opportunities that we have here for kids, because ultimately it's about all kids and student success for all kids, and that's what we want to make sure happens in this community and in this school district. Yes, ma'am.
What do you know about Fayette County Public Schools achievement gap, and what experience, if any, do you have in closing achievement gaps?
I'm very aware of the gaps that are here. There's actually been tremendous improvement made in those gaps, and there continues to be. It's very impressive, the focus that's there from the community and from the school district. In my district, we have achievement gaps that have predominantly been in the area of students at risk, students with disability, and there are similar type gaps that we've had to work on. We've heavily focused in the area of literacy and in math by taking and looking at each individual strategy that we need to put in place so that all students could be successful. The particular one that I would make note of is the improvement we've made in our literacy. We've made double-digit gains each of the last 4 years in improvement in our literacy rates, and are doing that across all levels, and having particular strategies where the gaps exist to expand even more beyond that. And so it would be my focus here, if I was selected for this position, to continue the efforts that have been going on. One of the things that I'm most excited about, and actually would like the opportunity to learn more about, is the culturally responsive teaching that staff is learning about in the schools. I think that's an exceptional opportunity for staff and to learn about how to work with students and to make sure that we eliminate barriers and make sure we build the right type of relationship so that students can succeed.
Do you think that coming from the Davis County District is a plus, or is it where some might say, well, Stu came from Davis County, do we want another fellow from Davis County?
When I look at coming from Davis County, what I look at first of all is to say that Stu and I happen to have been superintendent in the same district, but Stu and I are two different people. I've learned a lot from him and continue to and will continue to, because he'll always be my mentor and my friend. But I'm not Stu Silverman. I do things differently. I lead differently. What Stu and I have in common is a set of values and beliefs about kids. We're focused on the fact that all kids can achieve, that all kids we have high expectations for them, and that it's our duty and our job to provide the resources and support to make sure that happens. I also have a common belief with Stu about the relationships that need to be in place to make that happen. Those relationships exist within the community with the schools. They exist within the schools in a way staff works together, and then they also exist with the way our staff works with the student. And so I think coming from Davis County lets me know what it means to follow Stu and to have an understanding of a vision and how to continue to move it forward. But I also would want everyone to understand that Stu and I are two different people.
How do you plan to set yourself apart from his leadership?
Well, again, I'm a different person than Stu, and I think people would see that if I was selected for this position. You know, Stu and I, again, will always be friends, but we don't approach every situation the same way. But I will say this, that I remember early in my tenure in Davis County as superintendent, when I had someone say, I think he's calling Stu on every decision he's making because he's making decisions just like he would. And I said to the person who shared that with me, I consider that to be one of the greatest compliments, because I happen to know that I wasn't calling Stu. What that meant is that I had learned well, and the fact is that we use the same values and beliefs to make those decisions. But one way that I think would definitely work to set myself apart and be a little bit different is that Stu is very much a visionary. What I like to focus on, what I think one of my biggest strengths is what I call systemizing the vision. And what I mean by that is taking the vision and building on it, enhancing on it, improving on it, finding the areas that are working, making sure that we provide the right resources to continue that, and then providing the areas that we may need to change and analyze those and see what different direction we might go.